Hello, in this video we will demonstrate how you can turn any Azure application published to the Azure Marketplace multilingual in minutes using Maestro Studio Ensemble. Before we start, let's review the prerequisite settings. On the General tab, make sure that the Enable Adding UI Extensions is set to Yes. And on the API tab, set the API key for Azure Translator, which will be used in translations. Let's use the persona of an existing Azure application publisher and click on the Import from Azure Marketplace template. Let's pick one of the offers from Informatica since they have well-designed offers with a clean UI definition. Let's preview the offer to see what the original untranslated UI looks like. As we can see, all the text is in English. To make the UI definition multilingual, we start by adding the language drop-down extension, which allows us to specify the languages we want to support for localization. By default, only English is specified. Let's add another language. Let's add French and import its native name, Français. Let's add a third language, this time Arabic, and import the native name too. Now that we've defined the languages, let's select Initialize Language Resource Names from the Options menu to collect all the localizable strings currently in English found in the UI definition and store them in the language drop-down extension. Select Edit Language Resource Names to load the language editor. It lists all the strings stored in the language drop-down extension. Let's click on the Translate All button to start the translation process. Ensemble will use the Azure Translator service to perform the translations, and within seconds, it's done. Let's click Apply to store the translated strings in the language drop-down extension. Let's preview the localized Azure application. Notice that there is now a language drop-down under the Basics tab. It lists the 3 languages that we've defined in the designer. Let's select French from the drop-down and check to make sure the strings are translated on the different tabs. Let's select Arabic and do a quick check as well. It certainly looks like all strings that support localization have been translated. Maestro Studio Ensemble made it super easy for us to localize an existing Azure application in minutes and without writing any code. Thank you.